Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jacob E. Jackson, and I'm an author who is attempting to become traditionally published. I've already written one book that failed to land me a literary agent, but nonetheless, I'm persistent. So I am currently writing my second book. My second book is a murder mystery starring your favorite reality TV stars bumbling their way through solving a murder they may or may not have committed themselves. I've been posting short form content on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts for about a week now, and it's been completely jokes, essentially unserious content about being an author, the writing process. And if you're interested in that, please go look at it because I do think it's funny. I wanted to create a longer form videos to yap about my experience as an author, my experiences writing a book, and hopefully my yapping here will mean that I will do it less in my personal life, and that way my friends and family won't leave me for just being really annoying. I'm hoping that there's someone out there who can tolerate my incessant need to talk about myself. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to discuss novel inspiration. Not novel inspiration, but novel inspiration, if you understand what I'm saying. Specifically, the forms of media like movies or books or television shows that I took inspiration from to write my second novel, A Dose of Reality, which is its current working name, and how I use them to kind of build a story or build a premise. But first, I want to discuss inspiration more generally. What is it? Inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated, specifically in the way of creativity. We've all felt inspired, often by niche, strange things we all love. I I know I love a bunch of niche things that I feel people in the real world don't actually watch, but that's clearly not true. I'd love to hear about some of the niche, weird things, oddities that you all love that inspired you to be a writer, author, overall creative. Some were inspired by the stars to go to the moon. Others were inspired to create an app that makes it look like you're drinking beer from your iPod Touch. That was my first sip of alcohol. In the year of 2025, you can still get the iBeer app. So, cheers to my former self. Bottoms up. Glug, 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 glug. These are both equally important, but as authors, do we expect inspiration to hit out of nowhere? I originally did because that's how it happened for me. My first novel that I wrote was actually inspired by current male loneliness and and the uprise of alpha male YouTubers. Though if you were to read my first novel, you'd probably have no idea that was the catalyst for the idea. I turned that idea into a shonen style manga, but without pictures, because we're multifaceted people. I'm interested in more than one things. I'm inspired by more than one thing. I combine the loneliness of modern men, specifically modern young men, with the cool factor of Naruto animated music videos from 2006.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
And yes, I did exclusively listen to Linkin Park while I was writing my first novel. So, like many authors, my next idea for a novel synthesized before I finished my first one. This new idea compelled me to drop months of work that I put in, but like an Olympic athlete, I am persistent, very, very persistent. And I finished my first book, though it it didn't land me an agent. So, but the second book wasn't a light bulb moment for me. The inspiration came from observing the things that I love and realistic approach to how people get inspired to do amazing creative things. I think it's one of the best things about being an author or being a creative. We want to tell compelling stories, and so we look for compelling things in our everyday life. I think we look at the beauty and intrigue of just what most people would consider mundane. For example, got to take a drink before I get into this. My second novel, A Dose of Reality is its working name, is a comedic murder mystery set in the world of influencers and reality TV stars, and it's a combination of things that I truly, truly love. I'll be the first to admit, I'm an avid watcher of reality television. All sorts. I love specifically the Bravo kind. Unfortunately, the TLC kind of reality TV kind of bums me out. It feels exploitative, whereas the Bravo television shows like The Real Housewives, Vanderpump Rules, Below Deck. Those don't necessarily feel exploitative in the same way that, let's say, 90 Day Fiancé does. Though I don't disagree with people that it's entertaining, I personally can't find entertainment out of those reality shows. Because what I find interesting or entertaining or fun about these Bravo types of reality shows, I love watching reality TV for the same reason your mom doesn't. I don't care about living vicariously through the rich and egotistical, but I love it for the ridiculousness of seeing people in their 50s bicker, try to one up each other, stay relevant, and I absolutely adore it.
That's my opinion!
And this is actually where the inspiration or the premise of my second novel came from. I was just sitting there watching a show. I don't even specifically remember which show. I was just watching a reality TV show, and I thought it would be a funny idea to put these reality TV star personalities, not anyone specifically, but the personalities that are typically associated with reality TV, into an actual very serious situation, like trying to solve a murder. Secondly, I think the inspiration to put these types of personalities into a murder mystery is because I happen to love those books. They are some of the books that I rate 5 stars on a regular basis. I am one of those people who are very stingy with their 5-star reviews, either it be books, TV, movies. To me, a 5 star should mean that it's perfect for me. Now, not like technically perfect, but like everything about that content, again, book, movie, TV show, really resonates with me. So recent 5-star reads that I've had that really come to mind are Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl, which I love both the movie version and the book version, and Agatha Christie's A Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Those are two inspirations, two styles of book writing that I really adored. I love Gillian Flynn's kind of cynical style, but I incorporated some of those elements into my main character, who's a little cynical, witty, she's fun. She sees the world through a very business-like lens. And The Murder of Roger Ackroyd was such a good inspiration for A Dose of Reality because it's told from an unreliable narrator perspective. And because I put these reality TV personalities into such a serious situation, I figured there would be some unreliable narrator shenanigan, that these personalities may view the world in a warped lens that maybe everyday folks don't view the world as. And the last major inspiration for A Dose of Reality is the comedic elements. I love comedy, and the premise of reality stars solving a murder is, I think, on its surface, a funny idea, a funny premise. So the premise itself lends itself for satire or parody. So some of my favorite forms of satire that I kind of looked for and was inspired by are Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping, or The Knives Out and Glass Onion by Rian Johnson, or what I think is an actual hidden gem is Netflix's American Vandal television show. I drew inspiration from all of these things that I love to create something that I think is fun, funny, and is actually like a true mystery. Something that I think when the readers read it, they won't know what's going to hit them until they get to the halfway point, to the end, that there's going to be twists and turns, and the entire time you're going to be having a good time because it's a little silly, a little cynical, and just a good time. I believe many of us become authors not just to tell stories, but we see something missing in the market that we wish we could see. And I think that's what I'm trying to do with this book here, A Dose of Reality. So I've been yapping for a while. I hope this has garnered some interest in my book. Currently writing this book, my goal is to be traditionally published. So even if I were to finish my second edits, which I hope to do in the next 4 to 6 weeks, this is not going to be published by the end of the year. My goal is to maybe start querying literary agents by the end of the year or maybe the beginning of 2026. And that would mean that this book might, if it even gets picked up, because like I said, my first one didn't, so maybe I'm just an untalented hack, that this book might not come out for a couple years. So the point of this video is inspiration doesn't have to be original, but it's not about copying. It's about remixing the things that you love, noticing the beautiful, funny, intriguing things in everyday life. And I guess this is my advice for other authors out there, if you're willing to take it. Don't worry about being completely original. I think it's more important to be authentically you. And we're all taking bits and pieces from things that we love, that we're obsessed with, and putting it together in a Frankenstein's monster type of way. Honestly, if you don't want to listen to me, I get it. This is my experience. This is my anecdotal experience. It works for me. This is how my brain processes the hard work that we're all going through as authors. And I hope maybe out there someone does watch this that inspires you to get off YouTube and go write. Have a good one.